I'm honoured to join you today during this year's World Knowledge Forum, and I want to thank the forum organisers for inviting me to speak today. I'm really sorry that I can't be with you in person. Now I should start by congratulating you on 23 years of bringing together leaders from around the globe, from industry, technology, academia, NGOs and government. The World Knowledge Forum is an important occasion to share knowledge and learn from each other. Your theme this year, super compensation, restoring global prosperity and freedom, could not come at a more appropriate time. Super compensation is a phrase used by Olympians that refers to the human body's ability to recover from intensive training, enabling it to then perform at an even higher capacity. And recovery and high performance are certainly needed after one of the most challenging periods we've faced in many years, touching the global economy, society, and people's day-to-day lives around the world. The welfare of every citizen of every country has been affected in ways which you could never have imagined. It's estimated that we now have sadly passed 1 million deaths worldwide from the pandemic. And the world faces a variety of different headwinds as we approach the end of 2022, economic, geopolitical, environmental and social. The terrible war in Ukraine is widely regarded as the biggest threat to peace and security in Europe since the Cold War. Closer to home in Korea, we continue to experience rising tensions in the Asia-Pacific region. Around the world, the energy crisis shows no signs of diminishing, while the climate emergency continues to grow. Pakistan, where WPP has a number of companies and hundreds of people, has been gravely impacted by the flooding, with tens of millions of people having lost their homes, livelihoods and security. Widely believed to have been exacerbated by climate change, these floods drive home the new world we live in and underline the urgent need to identify new ways of tackling the challenges we face. That's why these gatherings are so important and have so much potential impact and meaning. This forum should create many opportunities to drive super compensation into our society, economy and ultimately our future. History teaches us that the opportunities to reset, recover and rebuild often come at moments of incredible adversity. These moments force us to come together and look for innovation, new sources of growth and new solutions. And I'd like to suggest that during these shocks to the global system, one skill set or mindset is essential, and that is creativity. Creativity can unlock new ways of thinking and offer unique solutions to old and emerging problems. Creativity is innovation. Its transformative power can provide the super compensation the world needs, because it can multiply the impact of scarce resources by using them in new ways. That's what we believe at WPP, and today I'd like to share why. WPP is the world's largest marketing communications company. We operate in over 110 countries, and I'm proud to say that we have over 115,000 people working in our agencies worldwide. We're home to many of the world's most recognizable agency brands in our industry, from Group M, the leading global media company, to AKQA, Hill & Knowlton Strategies, Ogilvy, Wunderman Thompson and VML Y&R. Specifically in Korea, we also own DTSI, M2 Digital and Vinyl Eye. Creativity is the essential ingredient of our business, our special sauce, if you like. And working at WPP gives our people the unique opportunity to drive creativity into everything that we do. Creativity is our greatest competitive advantage. At the end of last month, I was delighted that WPP won Network of the Year at MadStars 2022, a leading international festival of marketing, advertising and digital content right here in Korea. Now, I firmly believe that creativity is more than just a great idea. It's about changing perceptions, questioning the status quo and transforming businesses. It unlocks solutions to problems we have not seen before and in non-linear ways. Perhaps the best recent example of creativity at work is the COVID vaccine, where previously it had taken 5 or more years to bring a vaccine to market. Necessity, combined with creativity, achieved this in less than 1 year. Scientists, manufacturers, the medical establishment all found creative solutions to overcome what seemed an intractable challenge. As I said, in our world at WPP, we aim to apply this power of creativity to everything we do. For us, it starts with our clients, who come to us to find creative solutions to their problems or to help realize their business opportunities. We help them to tell their stories, support product innovation, infuse data and technology into their businesses, reinvent their marketing and drive growth. We help our clients connect emotionally with their consumers, bringing purpose, fun, humor, and humanity into their storytelling. Sometimes we help them surprise, even shock their audience. So on that note, let's talk about burgers, in particular Burger King. The everyday burger may cost 4,000 won, but the fast food industry globally will be worth just short of $1 trillion by the decade's end. Now, Burger King wanted to demonstrate the credentials of its Whopper, but faced with intense competition, it wanted to think differently, so it had to think creatively. Over the past 3 years, Burger King had removed 8,500 tons of artificial preservatives from its product worldwide, and they asked us to help them tell this story to the world. To highlight the lack of preservatives and what this meant, Burger King took a highly alternative approach in bringing it to life, and let's have a look at how they did that. Now, you might think that this unusual, surprising campaign wouldn't make everyone immediately reach for a burger. It certainly doesn't me, but it did lift positive sentiment around the brand by 88%. It delivered a 14% sales increase and was talked about worldwide, carrying the message that Burger King doesn't use artificial preservatives to millions of people around the globe. Now, creativity applied to marketing can also help consumers understand how they can be part of the solution to the world's most pressing issues. Once again, it's the magic ingredient for effective communications, as our team saw working together with Volvo. The automotive industry accounts for 9% of annual greenhouse emissions, and Volvo embraced creative thinking by reimagining its decades-long leadership in car safety. Our campaign for Volvo was designed to educate consumers about the ultimate safety test, keeping the planet safe by embedding sustainability into their businesses, their cars, and the industry. Here's a video that explains how we did this.
Hey, I'm Björn, and I'm here at Volvo to find out what's the ultimate safety test. Look at this. Volvo cared about safety long before others. But how do they do it today? Come. Lipstick is not for looks. This is how they identify the airbag contact.
Klara.
These are the side and frontal crash tests. They're brutal. Yep, seems fine. This one is my favorite. The run-off road test. Impressive, right? But is it the ultimate safety test? Me and Ulrika are heading up north to find out. Let's go. Now this is the big one. The 100-foot drop. So, is this the ultimate safety test? Well, it depends. When you...
Now, that one film had over 23 million views, created 118 million impressions, and most importantly, launched a commitment for 50% of all Volvo car sales to be electric by 2025. So the impact of creativity in marketing can extend beyond a single brand's consumers into the community at large. For example, during the pandemic, WPP worked with governments, commercial clients, NGOs and health organisations to produce awareness campaigns that use creativity to cut through with the public and help limit the spread and impact of COVID-19. We've been proud to partner with the World Health Organization and the World Health Organization Foundation to deliver vital public safety messages and to support the global vaccine rollout, reaching tens of millions of people across 167 countries in more than 20 languages. Brands have actually had a huge role to play throughout the pandemic when digital channels and new ways to reach communities they host have become ever more important. That's why we helped TikTok phenomenon Charli D'Amelio partner with P&G to create a series of TikTok films introducing something called the distance dance. Now, rather than just telling young people to stay apart, this was a playful and compelling way to deliver a serious message about practicing social distancing while still being social. Let's have a look at it now.
Why you so negative? Let them all talk, they irrelevant. Baby girl, you can just stay a bit. Calm down, we can just settle this, yeah. Inhale, exhale, breathe slowly, right? Calm down.
So that video had more than 8 billion views in its first week, spawned millions of imitation dances from celebrities, other influence, all of the major sports leagues and members of the public. A viral craze from a single creative idea that most importantly educated and protected millions of young people in the United States and around the world. Now, what does it all mean for Korea and Korean businesses? How can businesses help drive super compensation through the economy and society today using the power of creativity? It's well known that the Korean economy is powered by exports to markets worldwide. One such item that has truly exported Korean culture to the world is K-pop. As we all know, the crown jewel of Korean culture exports remains a boy band called BTS. This globally renowned group generates an estimated $5 billion yearly, actually around 0.5% of Korea's GDP. Netflix hit Squid Game has generated over $900 million, was the most popular Netflix show in more than 94 countries. This cultural export boom has happened very quickly. It was only 15 years ago when South Korean entertainment company CJ said the world would soon be watching Korean movies, eating Korean food, and listening to K-pop. And that's come true. The creative capital of Korea is a beacon of success and a powerful indicator that creativity in all its forms is great for business, be it export or import. Aside from Korea's cultural exports, Korean technology is also critical to building global prosperity and growth, from the computer chips that power the world's devices and systems to the energy storage solutions that will drive the world's carbon transition. WPP is proud to have supported Korean businesses to further internationalize these opportunities. We've been working with LG, SK, Hyundai and government-led projects many years. So the opportunity here is to super compensate Korean businesses, leveraging Korea's creative power to build new markets, explore new propositions, and create powerful new narratives that continue to elevate Korea's unmatched potential. One example of how to internationalize is through global events. Expo 2030 is being held in Busan. These events, which drive awareness, pride, and most importantly, commerce, require creativity, communication, and globalization. We worked in these areas, be it the 2012 Expo, the 2018 Winter Olympics. We know that these events drive awareness and offer countless opportunities to show Korea to the world. So coming together to collectively build Korea's global profile and show the world the prosperity that Korea can bring through its businesses, products and services is one way to super compensate businesses here. That is why the World Knowledge Forum is so important. WPP is proud of our history in Korea, but we're equally excited about our shared future. Together, unlocking more global opportunities for Korea is critical, and the time is now. So I spent much of my time talking about the power of creativity and why we at WPP believe that creativity is the super compensation the world needs now. Creativity, of course, isn't the preserve of marketing and advertising companies. It can be an accelerant for innovation, efficiency, equity and growth across every part of business and society. We're in a world unlike any we witnessed for many generations. Many of the well-trodden paths no longer lead us where we need to go, and today's problems are resistant to old remedies. Businesses, NGOs, governments and other organizations that want to embrace prosperity, enable greater freedom and super compensate the world we live in all need to embrace creativity as the transformative power we at WPP know it to be. Thank you for your time today.